hi. I can see you there. I was just filling out my science book. Well, since you're here, how about we do an experiment? Wait, where's that?
Did you say we're doing an experiment?
Yeah.
Well, very fine.
Where were you?
I was out getting supplies for our experiment.
So that's why all that stuff was there.
Well, welcome back to another video of Science with Sarah.
And Dad.
And as always, we have Hannah as our camera person.
Hello.
So Sarah, what experiment are we doing today?
Oh, glad you asked. I was so caught filling out this. Well, I'm glad you asked, Dad. So we're gonna do our first experiment in the book.
Yeah, is there something special about this experiment? Where does this all stuff come from?
All the stuff comes from a special kit. And if you haven't seen that video, this is part 2. So go check that video out first if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, we talk about all the stuff that the kit comes from.
Yeah.
So this one is called Reaction Time. And it says, does a chemical reaction happen when you mix citric acid and sodium bicarbonate in water?
All right, so time to get our supplies.
So what do we
Alright.
need?
Okay, do you have your safety goggles?
Check.
Check.
Daddy, if you want, you can borrow
Chocolate.
mine.
Wait, what did I mean by chocolate?
That's this right here. We're just using it as our little logo area.
Do you want to borrow
I'm
mine?
good, thank you.
I'm
So what's next? Some chalk we got.
you anyway.
Chalk. 2 beakers.
We got one, which we happen to already have water in, so we'll get to that in a
Citric
second. And here's the other one.
Sodium bicarbonate.
Citric acid
Sodium
and
bicarbonate.
sodium bicarbonate.
Color dye, any color. So we're gonna use blue,
And
but
here's
there
some
are
blue dye.
But there also are our red and our yellow, and they are the primary colors.
And we can make any color with those, huh?
Yes. Okay, we got those. Stirring stick.
Stirring stick.
Pencil, which I have. Colored pencils, check. Home from home. So these things from home you are not in the kit. So ready? Measuring teaspoons.
Yes, we got those.
Yeah. Check and tap water.
Which we got in here.
And
So we
tap
needed
So it's 100. So
milliliters.
100 millimeters that you need. All right,
And the water needs to be cold.
let's get started.
All right. So what's step 1?
Guys, who else, Hannah? Step 1, put your safety goggles on.
Well, we
Check.
already have that done. Okay.
That's done.
Yep.
Set up your lab bench as shown below.
Yep. We don't need that. They're just talking about putting it on here. But that's okay.
Okay.
We don't need to do step 3 either. That's just right
With
powders and colored water.
On
Wait.
chocolate.
Okay.
Are we
But no, we're not. And some of these steps we're not gonna do because they're not necessary.
like the putting on goggles?
4, make sure beakers are dry.
Yep, we have 2 dry beakers right here.
Mm-hmm. We have one wet one.
Okay. 2, powder. Beaker, add 1 level teaspoon of citric acid plus 1 level teaspoon of sodium bicarbonate.
Okay. To the powders beaker. So we're going to make this one our powders. Okay.
Okay.
So.
Oh, and if you want to close your book real quick, you should probably put like a pencil or something like that in so you don't lose your page.
That's a good tip.
Okay, so you can say your stuff that you don't want aside for now.
Okay. So we need 1 teaspoon.
And you guys, and you can pause the video if you want. If you have this kit, and you can follow along with us.
Okay. So there's our sodium bicarbonate.
Sodium bicarbonate.
And now we will open up the citric
It kind of
acid.
looks like flour.
But remember, you don't want to eat any of these.
Yeah. That's our number 1 rule: be safe
That's right.
and have fun. We have so many rules. I think we have
Not too many though.
Listen, learn, and have fun.
But those are the most important rules.
Okay. So we put in 1 teaspoon of
I
each
kind of
powder.
smell sugar.
That's the citric acid that you're smelling because they use that to make lots of candy.
Sugar.
Okay, so what's next?
All right. Cut your
right? It does smell like them.
That's okay. So 5. We did 5. Swirl the beaker to mix powders together.
So that means to go like this. Can you mix them together? No, not with the stir stick. Just swirl it around so that we're mixing all the powders together.
It kind of just looks like sugar or flour.
Yep.
Like we're baking a cake.
I know, that's what I was going to say.
With science.
Did you know science is baking?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, step 7. Fill the colder water. Fill the
Colored water
Colored
beaker. Okay.
water beaker to 100 millimeters with cold tap water. We already did that part.
Let's put the
Yep, which we happen to already have in here.
Should we put the
2.
food coloring?
Water. To water. Add 1 drop of colored dye. You choose the color. Stir it to mix.
So 1 drop. You ready?
This. Alright, you do 1 drop
I'm
dye.
kind of excited to see what color it looks like because we've done a few experiments that have food coloring in it, so I'm excited that this one does have food coloring because that means that we are.
Oh, that's a very pretty blue.
Oh, that is a pretty shade. That's a really pretty shade of blue.
You
I
put
like
the stir
it.
stick in the other beaker. So now we are
Okay.
on the final step.
Slowly pour the colored water into the beaker with powders.
So slowly pour this into here.
Alright. I'm gonna slowly pour this.
What's gonna happen?
Nice and dry. Whenever you need it. That kind of looks like Elvin's toothpaste a little bit.
It does. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, is it gonna overflow?
Yeah, it's gonna overflow. I think.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's
it
like
did.
just the perfect amount.
that feels so cool.
I want to feel it.
Yeah, you can feel it. Oh,
Daddy,
it's tiny down.
Daddy, do you want to try?
I grabbed some bubbles.
Oh.
I'm gonna take my fancy.
so cool.
Careful getting it on your book.
That's cool.
So generally we don't want to put our hands inside of chemical reactions unless we know they're safe. We knew this one was safe, but we do need to go wash our hands.
It
So
feels cold.
Yep. So let's go do that really quick. Because putting our hands into reactions generally is not a safe thing.
Nope.
So you want to make sure it's safe before you do it.
Yes.
All right.
So,
So the experiment happened, and now the important part is we need to figure out what we saw. We need to, like a good scientist, we need to record what we saw.
so if you do have this kit, you need to make sure to get out your notebook and your pencil so we can write down what happened.
Oh, there's actually something that says what's going on.
Yeah, so let's read that.
That's very helpful. Okay, what's going on? On their own, citric acid, sodium, bicarbonate powders do not do very much, but when water is added, fizz, a chemical reaction happens in water. The tiny citric acid and sodium bicarbonate molecules are able to move around and find each other. When they bond together, they break apart.
Rearrange.
Rearrange some of the other pieces
And create.
and create a new molecule, a gas called carbon
dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. You may have heard of it. It's a chemical formula. Is CO.
It's called CO2.
It's CO2. The face you saw was made up of lots and lots of pocket of CO2 bubbles floating up through the water.
So what that's saying is when we mixed these two guys together, it didn't do anything, did it?
Yeah, but when
Because
the water was formed,
There was no chemical reaction happening. We need something called a catalyst.
Yeah.
Do you know what a catalyst is?
No.
That's something that starts the chemical reaction. So what do you think our catalyst was in this?
I think our catalyst was maybe the powders or the water. I think maybe the water.
Yep, because the water is what started the chemical reaction, right?
Yeah.
So
And
that was
that's
the catalyst.
the one.
Because think about it, if this is a grain of sodium bicarbonate and this is a grain of citric acid. And we mix them. They're just kind of sitting next to each other, right?
Wow, that's interesting.
But when you put it in water, they kind of start moving around and bumping into each other, and then they become CO2.
Yeah.
Kind of cool, huh?
And I want to see that go darker.
Yeah, a purple would look really cool. I wonder.
Yeah. So we do have some red, so let's see what
Yeah, we could do that experiment later. I think that's good for our video for now. But this was a fun video. This is our first one. And we got to learn a lot and have fun chemical reactions.
Yes.
We like chemical reactions. So that means that you earned your chemistry button. All right.
And we'll see you in the next video.
So remember to listen, learn,
And have fun.
bye for
See you
now.
guys next time.